What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and though the Formosa Cafe technically dates to 1939, it actually has a history going back to 1915. This is one of the most classic restaurants in all of Los Angeles, so let's get into the history. So I'm telling you, Formosa Cafe has history all over the place. Right now, I am in an original Southern Pacific red car. This is from the railway when Los Angeles was the mass transit leader of the world in the early 20th century. And not only is this a bona fide, genuine red car, it is the last one in existence. Prior to the Formosa, there was the Red Post Cafe, a diner since 1915, which remained in operation until the end of the 1930s when the land, which was owned by Standard Oil, was bought by a new owner. In 1939, Maximilian Goldstein, also known as Max Goldie, rebuilt the place to make way for a restaurant and cocktail lounge with a dining car, attached a Pacific Electric red car to the venue, and debuted it as the Formosa nightclub. Now, there are two accounts of what happened next. Number one, Goldie lost the cafe in a poker match to the brother of prize-winning lightweight fighter Jimmy Bernstein. Now, Bernstein's brother was friends with Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, and Charlie Chaplin, so it makes sense that would be its Hollywood roots. But the other account says the venue had three owners, Goldie, Bobby Goodman, and Stan Marcus, since its debut. And the fact is that in 1945, Goldie was found shot in the back in a phone booth on Santa Monica Boulevard. Now, Jimmy Bernstein, a bookie who had been confused with a boxer of the same name, did buy into the business in 1947, where he brought in Lem Kwan as chef and business partner. From there, business took off, and so did the notoriety, with stars like Clark Gable, Ava Gardner, Humphrey Bogart, and Frank Sinatra frequenting the Formosa. And this booth right here, well, this belonged to the king himself, Elvis Presley. It also became something of a business headquarters for some prominent West Coast mobsters, including Mickey Cohen and Bugsy Siegel. In fact, Bugsy did so much business at the Formosa, he had his own floor safe installed. So why did Bugsy Siegel have a safe inside the Formosa Cafe? Well, right behind these doors at the back of the train were 5 telephone lines. And those telephone lines were connected to bookmakers, which is where they used to run their operation, hence the need for the safe. Over the years, the Formosa retained a degree of coolness and distressed glamour. That invited a new generation of rockers such as Bono and the Beastie Boys. But it did struggle to survive. At one point, it was almost torn down and turned into a parking lot, but due to preservationist efforts, the restaurant was preserved in its present location. In 2015, the Formosa was gutted and remodeled to negative reactions, and just before Christmas in 2016, the Formosa closed without notice. Thankfully, in 2017, Bobby Green and 1933 Group came to the rescue and restored Formosa Cafe to its previous glory. It's now a place to relive some of the best memories in Hollywood history. All right, LA, it's been a minute.